Why create anything? We as a people strive to do it all the time, but do we know why? And what is it exactly to create? Is it a deliberate task, or do we do it subconsciously all the time without even realizing it? People say that the world is what you make it, but what about what other people make? If we are truly creating our own world, but it doesn't affect someone else, then what's the point? Well, let's back up. Maybe it's not our whole world, but if we create something within our world and it doesn't affect someone else, what is the point? Is it for our own satisfaction? Is it to make ourselves feel like we haven't wasted our day or our lives doing nothing? I'm not a scientist or a philosopher. I'm just a guy with thoughts talking to himself. Okay, but again, we need to understand what it is to create before we can understand why we create. The technical definition of create is to bring something into existence. So it's not necessarily a deliberate task. We can create something without even realizing it, like situations or conversations. But I don't think that's what I'm talking about. Heck, lying in bed before making this, I thought to myself, I want to create something. I want to make something, do something with my life. Now, technically, even though I was extremely lazy and doing nothing with my life at the time, I was still creating situations, conversations, thoughts, and even ideas. But that wasn't satisfying. I don't think people strive to just create. I think they strive to make an impact. So now that we know that this form of creation that we want is intentional, what can we do? Want to draw something? Sure. Or write something? Of course. But just putting a pencil to the paper and squiggling it around doesn't feel like I've done anything. So the question is, what's missing? People? Bringing us back to what I said earlier, we want to make an impact on someone else. Otherwise, what is the point? Sure, I bet there are plenty of times that you've drawn or written something or created something that you've kept to yourself, but just maybe those things were to improve your skills so that you can in the future create something then at that point you can show off. Heck, I mean, anyone is happy to hear when someone says that they're proud of your work. Wait, so is it about others or is it about me? Sure, I want to impact people, but is it just to be told that my life is worth something because of the things I create? Who is it ultimately for? Because sometimes we can create something that we're proud of. We're so proud that even if everyone else says it's crap and meaningless, we still enjoy it. But sometimes we can push ourselves when creating, to the point of pain and suffering. We sacrifice ourselves and our time to maybe just put a smile on someone's face, or invoke some other emotional feeling on the spectrum, a million things that we could make them feel. So, which is it? Is it for us or them? Why do we create? Honestly, I don't know, and I don't think anyone does 100%. However, each time I create something or put something into the world that affects someone on an emotional level, I feel closer to knowing. I feel that some purpose has been achieved, and each time I do it, I am closer to understanding what that purpose is. Maybe we should create to understand why we create at all. Maybe we should create because that's just what we do.